Do you enjoy going to Moulin Rouge as much as we do? Better yet, do you like going to concerts and sporting events?
SeatGeek helps people easily purchase tickets to these kind of events and unites people like you and us through live entertainment.
And things just got easier for you. As proud partners of SeatGeek, you can use our exclusive promo code CANCAN10 and you'll get $10 off of any purchase that is $250 or over.
Hey Lily, you've been eyeing up that can seat for a while now.
You're so right, Jules. I think I'm gonna go purchase it right now and use our code for a discount. Do you want to join?
Hell yeah.
Again, that's CANCAN10 to get $10 off of any purchase that is $250 or over. Only valid for your first purchase. What's up, everyone? It's Lily and Jules. Welcome back to Can Talks. This is episode 36, 37, I think. I don't know. Can't keep
I
track.
can't count that high.
Me neither. I can't math. Anyways, we have a fun episode for you today. It's gonna be full of laughter, hopefully. Um, but first, let's get into announcements.
Woo! I mean, there's no like huge. Well, no, these are kind of big announcements. So
Oh,
Pepe made his Santiago and Broadway debut earlier than expected. He made it yesterday, Saturday, the 12th
12th.
of October. This is releasing a few days later. He was supposed to be making it tonight, Tuesday, the um 15th. I can't remember the date. Sorry, I'm doing math. So he made his early debut, and then Tamron also made her debut, Broadway debut, as well as a swing. So she is part of the company too. So we love debuts. Um, Jojo, at the time this is being recorded, it's Jojo and Aaron's final show.
Mhm.
These last 12 weeks have gone by very
So
quick,
fast, yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
It hasn't, because like it feels like the 5 year anniversary and all that, and like July was so long ago, but really it was
Yeah.
only like 2.5 months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels like these 12 weeks with Tefate and JoJo have gone by really quick.
Hmm.
So today's their final day, and then we welcome in new cast members on Tuesday.
Oh, John Cardoza.
John Cardozo and Soleil
I'm so
Pfeiffer.
excited.
I'm very excited. I am buzzing with excitement to see them. Um, Jordan Wynn is leaving
Hmm.
next Sunday. It's her final day before she goes off to do Gypsy, which I'm so excited to see.
Yes, we're so excited.
Very excited to see Gypsy. And yeah, so it is a fun time at the Rouge Cakes. So today's episode is all about funny moments.
Just
Mostly our funny
fun,
moments.
yeah, just fun little moments that we might have had with a cast member at the stage door, before the show, during the show, after the show. Um, just mishaps that we've seen, show
Yeah.
stops, which I've seen none, and Jules has seen many. So, you know, it just happens. Our friends
Oh
Liz and
yeah.
Julia, it took them 60 shows to get a show
Yeah.
stop. So,
Took them a
sometimes it's just
long
like
time.
that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Literally, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. Do you want me to say this one, or do you want to say it's the woo?
Oh, the woo.
Yeah,
You can
because
say
it's
it.
my favorite thing ever.
Oh my God.
So when Christian says, "Remember your first love affair," think back on your first love affair. Do you remember what that was like? Jules in the audience will go, "Woo!" So if you have ever heard somebody from either Can or over on House Right, and you hear somebody go, "Woo!" That's probably Jules. It's my favorite thing ever. I always wait for her when she's doing it. And when Derek was doing his runs, he would like find Jules and point to her, and then did this like a little eyebrow thing, and
Casey would do the same thing. He would
it
point
was
over too.
my favorite thing ever. Like I love it.
Yeah, I was always, yeah. I love doing it. I don't know how it came about. It was just like, I don't know what it was. It was just one, I think it started when Derek came back after he had that like hiatus and Aaron came in, and then I think it started then. Yeah,
Mm,
near the end of his run.
yeah.
And it was just one day I was just there and he was like, remember? And I was just like, I was just full of energy that day. And I just went, woo! And it garnered attention. And I was like, oh, this is kind of funny.
So it just became a Jules thing.
It just became a thing.
You gotta trademark
However,
it.
I had a trademark. I know I should really how do I
Yeah.
file a trademark? It was stupid. It was just and it is a stupid thing. And I didn't want it to be distracting and it's that's why it's so quick and it's just like a real quick woo. Some other people do it. I haven't actually done it recently in Tavate's run because anything Tavate says gets a woo anyway.
That's
Tavate just walks on
true.
stage and
Yeah.
everyone's like,
Like, woo!
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't done it this run because I'm scared that people are gonna think like I'm weird because they're like, oh, she's one of those, or like,
Like the
oh, she's just
tots,
wooing
yeah.
because it's to me. There's nothing wrong with being a tot, right? We're all a bit of a tot,
Yeah.
okay?
Like
But I didn't want to
we're
be
all
like,
fans.
yeah, I just wanted to be like, I wanted to be respectful, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Also, I'm kind of scared.
Especially with everything that's been like kind of happening anyway.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just don't wanna.
I I'm all for like, cheering when you want to cheer and everything. There's a level of it. Like
Yeah.
cheering halfway for a song is not it. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
but when people cheer halfway through Roxanne, I'm like, please stop. I would like to hear the
Yeah.
song.
It's
Have I heard
dramatic.
it a million times? Yes, but I still want to hear it.
What
Okay,
was that
anyway,
accent?
I have no idea. Um, okay, yes. It's gonna make a comeback soon. Don't worry.
Yes.
All right, next.
Jules, do you
Oh,
wanna?
it's me.
Yeah. I
I
was like,
was like, okay, funny moments. Okay, oh, this was always a good one. This is one of my favorites. So I don't remember when it was. It was sometime this year. I think it was April. During pitch song, they move the furniture out the way during pitch
mhm.
song,
Yeah.
Um, Ricky Rojas picked up the table that had the champagne bottle and the flutes on it, and the flute fell, the champagne flute, and it just started rolling. And it rolled and kept rolling off the side of the and you know where like where the little things where they walk up the stairs and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever those are called, and it went down to like that part of the stage and just do, 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 and then just I thought it was gonna roll off stage. I'm watching this whole thing. I'm like, oh, it's gonna come off stage, and I'm sat there, and it just rolls off. No one picks it up, and it's just there the whole, and all I can look at is that after pitch song.
Right.
Throughout the whole rest of the act one, all I can see in the corner of my eye is this
It's
champagne
the
flute.
shivers.
And then at intermission, they picked it up, and I was like, "Damn it!" I wanted it to stay
It
there
was
the
my
whole thing. Yeah,
entertainment.
that was my entertainment. I wanted to see someone like accidentally hit it or something, but
Kick it
they
into
picked
the
it.
audience.
Yeah, kicked it in the audience. I would have loved that because then, like, maybe I would have won free seats or something. Like, if it kicked
Yeah.
at me and like hit me in the face, maybe like I could have like
Like
claimed
workers' comp.
something,
Yeah.
workers' comp, and like got like free tickets, but that didn't
Yeah.
happen. So that was very upsetting. But it was
Mhm.
very funny at the time. Um, Lily,
Okay, so we've told this story a couple times, but it's just too iconic. I gotta bring it back. Jules and I being in the same place at the same time in July 2023, specifically the same
stage.
stage door, the stage door, at the exact same time, and me being in her background of her photo. Iconic.
I love it.
It's
And you
so
know
good.
what's even worse is like we didn't realize that you were in the background of my photo until like
Until
months later.
like, yeah, so many, like it might have been like half a year later.
Yeah, and we're like, hey, look at these. Wait a second. Who is that? I love that. That was so funny.
That was good. It was great.
Because like I said,
What a
we
great
were
weekend.
we were mutuals on Twitter, and then like it
Mhm.
was just,
Like,
oh,
oh, like I'm in New York. Oh, you're in New York too?
oh,
I'm like,
cool.
oh my
That's
gosh,
really
yeah.
cool. Oh, anyway, we'll see each other one day, and then bada bing, bada boom. Here we are now, a year later. Longest year of my
Podcasting
life.
about.
Longest year of my life. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. I'm just- Um. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorites.
It's so good.
Um. My next one is. It's so horrible to say, so I apologize in advance. It was sometime this year. I want to say it was like again May or April, And you know the bit when during opening they're like, "Oh, our own beloved Bohemians,"
Yeah.
and Christian Santiago and
What?
Toulouse,
Oh.
yeah, come on stage. I don't know what happened, but Toulouse fell,
Oh,
and it's on stage, and it's Santiago, Christian, and then Toulouse is like, I called him a mermaid because he's there like this, like
yeah.
he's laid out, sport
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
legs are this way, and he's like holding himself up by his arms and just singing, and I'm like,
Iconic.
what a champ. But I was just like, it took me, it caught me by surprise because I was like,
Yeah.
what is he doing on the floor? So I don't know if he tripped or what happened, but it was funny to me. I don't know if everyone noticed it, and if they did, they might have thought it was part of the show, and
Yeah, because that
I
part of the show is chaotic because, they're
it's
Bohemian.
very chaotic, but it was great. I loved watching it,
That's
and he was a
amazing.
trooper. So
Yes.
shout out to Andre because that was
Yes.
awesome. That was my entertainment.
Love it. Love. Okay, so my next one is when it was October of last year, and it was Titus Seidler, and it was during Encore. And I don't know if he like faked out the audience or if he like actually like made a mishap, but it was during his entrance. He had everybody like clapping and cheering a little bit before, and then he's supposed to say, because you can. He's supposed to start that. And he just goes, everybody can. And then like nobody's doing anything. And he goes, because he can. And then he starts laughing, which made it 10 times even like made it 10 times funnier because like
Hmm.
of course like I know the show, so I'm like, I know that's not supposed to happen, but he was laughing at it and it just made it even funnier. The usher next to me, sitting next to me, was like dying of laughter. He was like crying tears of laughter. And it was so good. And I still don't know if it was like, just like a mishap or just like he just decided to fake out the audience, but
Classic.
it was great. It was great.
Love that. I've seen so many like trips and falls on the stage. It's so
The
much
one in
like,
July. Please tell me you have it on your list.
oh my God, yeah. Oh, that's my next one.
Jules was telling me about this, and I'm
This is
like,
my
Jules, you
favorite.
and I would have been like
This is my
crying,
favorite thing.
laughing.
I was laughing so hard. So I'm there in July. I'm like again orchestra right. I like my orchestra right, and I'm like row H or whatever it is. And in that bit, when he goes, everybody can, and they start, you know, doing the can kicks, and
Mhm.
the guys jump up and cheer on the girls.
Yeah. This is in the
Well,
opening, right?
this is in the opening, yeah.
Okay.
Flat Nine comes up and he does the jump, and like I don't know what happened. He jumped and then fell, and I was like, part of me was like, oh my God, like, is he okay?
Hmm.
But then also another part of me was
It's
just
like you
laughing.
can't not laugh.
And I'm sat there laughing. And these people, like, people around me are like, like, I guess they hadn't seen the show, or like maybe they had, but like, I didn't know. And I'm there
Were they
trying to
were they
hold in
giving you
my,
looks?
yeah, I'm trying to hold in my laughter. And like, this
That's
woman
even
next to me is
funnier.
kind of looking at me, and I'm like, I'm trying to like hold it in, but I can't stop laughing. Watching the opening, she's probably thinking I'm laughing
Thankfully,
at
he
the
was
font.
okay.
He was fine,
Yeah.
but it was he played into it. He did it so well, and it looked like it didn't look like it had been staged, but like if you didn't know any better, you probably thought it was staged. But like if you've seen the show so many times, you're like, that's not supposed to happen. um
Just love it.
and it was hilarious to me. And I mean, I felt bad because like ouchies, but also like iconic. And then the next night it didn't happen, but when I recently just went last like 2 weeks ago, the person who's playing Flat Nine, it was a swing, did it as well.
Okay.
So maybe it's now becoming a routine. Maybe like
Maybe started something.
maybe he started something,
Yeah.
and
And like
and I love
whoever
it.
was in the I don't know, like because like maybe the notes that they get like at the end of the show, they're like,
They were
do
like,
that.
"This was
This
great.
was
Keep
really funny.
doing
Like,
it."
yeah, exactly.
And I love it. So I hope that they keep doing it because it's entertainment for
It's
me, and
so
I laughed
funny.
my head off. Um, I loved every minute of it.
We would have been menaces to society if we were together.
I like texted, um, I texted Lily at like intermission or something, and I was like, "You never believe what just happened. Like happened in
Yeah,
my
you
dream."
did. And I was probably because like I think I was arriving the next day, so I was like packing, looking at my text. I was like, I
It was great.
was like, I would have been crying. Um, okay, so my next one is tiny, but just the timing of it was so good. So it was during the scene before Only Girl, and the ensemble's doing the posh, so fresh, so clean.
Ain't nobody don't
Don't
test
ask
me.
me. And on the we must be the money. But specifically the we, and when they like turn around,
Hmm.
one of the ensemble guys' hats falls off and just goes plunk on the ground. But it was like it wasn't just like it just fell off. It was like the perfect timing. It goes we drops. It was so
The hat was a paid actor.
we. So it was so good.
Oh my God.
Amazing. I don't even
Um,
remember who it was, but it was just amazing. I was like,
mis-
I love it.
I'm trying to think of another. It wasn't a mishap, but one time I was at Can, and it was during the scene of just after Nature Boy, you know, when the Duke comes on stage and he's talking about the
Yeah.
negotiation.
Yeah, yeah. Negotiation. Wait, I can't even say it.
The Satine
Negotiation.
actress at the time, Courtney Reed, she killed me with this. I looked in the corner of my eye and she's upstage, like left in the
Hmm.
wings, doing this funny dance to try and get, I guess it was, I'm guessing it was either who I'm guessing it was for either Austin or I think it was Nick Martinez who was playing
Yeah.
Pierre to get them to like laugh or something. But I saw it and I started laughing. Again, serious moment, and here I am laughing. But I wasn't really a mistake, but it was more just like a little moment I
Like a
caught.
little thing that you caught.
Yeah, and I thought it was
That's
great
hilarious.
because I
So
would have done the same thing.
funny. Yeah. I would always fool around backstage with my friends. So um okay, so my next one is so this was in May, and there's a whole story that goes to this. So in May, I was in Can. It was a Saturday snob show, and the guy sitting next to me was
Is this May
similarly
of this year?
May of 2024. Yes, my birthday bash.
Was I there?
Were you there
Yeah, I was,
Saturday
right?
or
It
Sun?
was
Yeah, you
Memorial
were
Day.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I was
Yeah,
there.
you were there. It was
I
yeah,
couldn't
Saturday and Sunday.
remember. I was like, did I come?
Yes,
Was
you
I
were there.
invited?
You
Okay.
were. So there's this guy who was like sitting next to me in Can. Apparently, like they had bought tickets. They thought they had bought tickets together, but he and like his girlfriend, I guess, like bought tickets separately, and so they were seated separately. So they had like a whole like debacle there anyway. And then intermission happens. I go out to the bathroom, come back. The guy had not like come back yet. And it's nearing like intermission and like ending. And you like when you're in like you have to get to your seats at a specific time
Hmm.
because that thing closes behind you.
The parasol.
The passerelle, yeah. So it's like
It's a parasol.
carousel.
That's the
The
parasol.
passerelle
Yes.
stage closes behind, so like you can't like get out. And the usher next to me, I guess, was just like, "Oh, like like he's coming back," and I'm like, I guess he thought he was like the guy next to me was my boyfriend, and I was like, "Oh, like that's not my friend. Like I don't know him." And he's like, "Oh." Like he thought that was my boyfriend. I was like, no, it's not my boyfriend. No.
Oh,
We made some
weird.
small talk, like the guy and I made some small talk like during, you know, before the show, but you know, didn't know him at all. We were just there to have a good time. And yeah, that was interesting. I was like, huh, no.
Hmm. Hmm.
For the record, I don't have a boyfriend. So
Well, thank you for telling us that. Because TMZ were knocking at my door wanting to know if you had a boyfriend or not.
Carol, you've just been punked.
Um, you know what? Another funny moment I have was again from, I think it was from May. Because remember, okay, in May, it was like the Sunday night.
Hmm.
Me, Liz, and Julia were.
You were
Can
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 left,
left, and I was
and
Can
you were
Can.
Can Can right.
Mm-hmm.
And where does that? Because we got like Can Can super cheap. That's why
Yeah,
we did it that night.
yeah.
And we're sitting there at Can Can during the
Oh, I know
okay.
exactly what you're gonna say.
And during the opening number. So you know the guys wear the suits, right? The patrons, and they wear that collar and it's got like a little like thing on it. It fell off and hit Liz in the
So sorry, Liz. We love you, but it's so.
it hit her in the head. It was the funniest thing ever. Because like look at her and she's like, ow. I'm like, what happened? Like, what are you talking about? And she shows me, she's like, look. I'm
She's like,
laughing again,
ow.
opening number, and I'm laughing. We're all trying to control our laughter because obviously you're not the only people in Can,
Yeah,
and you have to be quiet and all this. So I'm trying to like, I'm doing the whole like covering my mouth, like
yeah.
trying not to laugh. But yeah, and then like stage door, we saw him the ensemble, and we're like, by the way, this is yours. That was so
Hey.
funny, hilarious.
So good. My next one is I didn't even write this down, but I just thought of it. It also happened to be in May. A lot of stuff happened in May. It happened to
It's
be in May.
gonna be me.
It was Friday night, and I was sitting house rights, I think row F.
E, you were E.
E. Okay, yeah. So I was row E, first row on house right, and I think it was during diamonds, I think, when the guys have the batons.
Mm.
And the ensemble member on my side, because like they go down to like, the side stage and do little dancey dances. He's like he blew me a kiss, number one. And then he like tried to like twirl his baton and then like it fell into the audience. And so it wasn't like at me, but it was at somebody like kind of down toward the right of me. And they had to like pick it up and like toss it back. It
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
It was great. It was great.
I've never seen the only time I've ever seen someone drop like a baton was actually when I saw Hamilton. Um, in the act two open of Hamilton when he's like, what's the song they sing? Thomas Jefferson's coming home. That
Oh,
one.
what did I miss?
What did I miss? That was
Yeah.
it. And the guy who's playing Jefferson, he has a cane and he threw it up in the air and to catch it and he just
He
completely
just didn't
blundered it.
catch it.
It was hilarious to me. Again, he powered through it. He did really well, but I thought it was
I
funny.
mean, yeah.
I'm trying to think like what I've like props. Oh, when JoJo was a teen, like first time she was a teen,
Mhm.
her second to last show, she comes down on the swing. I don't know what happened, but her hat fell off.
Oh,
And all you hear was a thud. You just heard a thud. Again, she
was she
played it
still
off
like
great.
all the way up there?
Yep, she was all the
Oh
way
my
up
God.
there.
So I just
I
fall.
guess like when she was doing the movement, she might have caught it or something because it's obviously held on. It's held on by magnets,
Hmm.
so it must have caught it or something. And it just fell. And then when when they pick her up and she's like the nine inside forever.
Hmm.
The guys, one of them picked. I can't remember who the ensemble was that night in that track, and picked it up and basically who was like, "Here you go." But she played it off great.
Yeah.
She was a true professional, but it was. I was sitting in Can all I heard was. Thump. I was like, "What
Hmm.
the?" It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Um,
That's so funny.
yeah. Oh, first time I ever saw the show, I was sat second row orchestra center.
Me
I didn't
too.
realize,
Me too.
yeah, and I didn't realize that at the time it was Clay
Hmm.
in ensemble.
Yeah.
He does the backflip during the
Oh
opening
yeah.
number.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I didn't realize they did that. So I was sat there center and he does the backflip and I jump.
yeah.
I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, this man's gonna fall into the audience. I mean, he did a backflip, but I for some reason I thought he was gonna backflip into the audience, I guess.
Yeah.
Front flip for whatever he did. A front flip, that was it, front flip. Here I am thinking he's gonna front flip into the audience, and I was gonna be in the target line. Yeah, and
Mhm.
I jumped out of my
Yeah.
skin. That was
I
fun.
wish we could have been there for Fall Gate game.
Wish. I
It
wish. Oh,
was so
one
good.
time Gabe came out without a mic on. That was really funny. I don't know. I guess it must have just been an accident. But you know
Mhm.
the watch out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't see, but I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then they come over to the other side and they do the uh assault the barricades, Aphrodite, and claim your
Hmm.
prize.
Yeah.
But like you can't hear him really. Like I mean I
Right.
was close so I could hear him.
Hmm.
But like
But
it
you
was
could tell
very
that like
I was like,
the mic
is
was
his
off.
mic
Yeah.
not on? I was like, is his mic not on? And I looked, I
Mhm.
was like, he's not even wearing a mic. So again, I don't know what happened,
So,
but that's not the first time because Derek Clennell once came out without a mic on,
oh,
and then ran off stage and put a mic on. But yeah, like I was so confused. I
gotta
was
get
like,
those
oh,
mics.
I was like, they didn't put his mic on. He's not even wearing a mic. I was like, oh, and then they go off stage before Truth Beauty Freedom 11. I guess they put a mic on him real quick, but I was like confused. I was like, what? Where's the mic?
Yeah. Um, okay, so my next one, Jules and I, you're gonna love this, Jules. It's the entire James interview on this podcast.
Dude,
So funny.
it was
So funny. Like that entire night was like a funny meme to me in the best way possible. It was so good.
that was like that. First of all, getting that interview took quite a few weeks to get.
Yeah.
We worked pretty hard to get the
Yeah.
interview in the first because obviously time difference.
Yeah, right.
So it was definitely really hard to plan and to find time to do it.
Hmm.
So it was really hard to get time to do it.
I mean, we
And
were
we
filming
finally
at like
agreed on it.
1 in the morning and
It was 1 o'clock in the morning we
yeah.
filmed.
Yeah.
Like one my time and two your time, I think. Or it was like one your time or midnight my
Midnight
it
your
was
turn. Yeah.
yeah. So it was late. It
Yeah.
was so late.
And I was already like slap happy
Yeah.
phase.
I had just worked as well. Like I had just worked a
Right. Yeah.
shift, got off. I wasn't working the next day, and I was like, fine, let's do it Saturday night because I'm not working the Sunday.
Hmm.
So, and we finally found time because he was like, I remember like I messaged him. I was like, Lily, are you okay with doing it late at night? She's like, that's fine. I messaged him. I was like, well, let's do it this time. He's like, is that not late for you? I'm like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it.
Or yeah.
We're fine. We don't mind. We're night owls. Um, and we finally got it.
Yeah.
It went off without a hitch.
It was
Well,
well,
Wi-Fi issues,
there were minor issues with the internet connection, but
internet connection, but
and
that
it's
was
still the
so
awkward
funny.
silence for me. That was so good.
Oh, the when we're waiting for him and the
Oh,
elevator
well,
music is
that,
on.
but also the awkward silence when he was just like, doesn't everybody like threaten to kill someone?
Yeah, doesn't everyone think about killing somebody? And it's
And
just
then we're just kind of like,
he's like,
so
cut
good.
that out. He's like, cut it out. We never cut it out for him.
We never got it
That
out.
was
Sorry,
so
James.
chaotic, but it was so much fun.
So good.
It's definitely one of my favorite.
Yeah, just because it was so chaotic and like everything just kind of happened. It was amazing.
And it was very like we knew the questions we had going in, and it ended up just getting so like
Sidetrack. We started talking about
sidetracked.
like food.
Food, we were talking about cakes, like it just got my favorite was like when we asked him a question and he would give the answer and he'd be like, I'm so sorry that was so long. I'm like, why do you
This is
apologize?
why we're on a podcast.
This is why we have a podcast. So we can hear you talk. And that was hilarious and one of my favorite interviews I think we've ever done.
Yeah.
We've had great interviews on the show, and
Yeah.
I've enjoyed every single person we've
I
interviewed.
still
That
want
was
to
just
give a
the
shout
most
out
chaos.
to I'm gonna give a shout out to Andrew Brewer, Scottish Seedler.
Scottish Idler.
That was very good.
Just
So good.
everybody we've had on the show has been amazing.
Hmm.
That was just the most chaotic interview we've ever
Yeah, just because like the time of day that we
time of
had and
day,
the Wi-Fi issues, it
and
booted me
just
out, and so then it
it booted
stopped, and
everybody
then
out.
yeah,
It just
Zoom was being weird. Sorry, Zoom.
yeah, it was just a whole mess, but it turned out great. And
Yeah,
we've had some really great interviews and
we
really
have.
funny moments on the show. like Tyler. When we had Tyler Eisenreich on here a few weeks ago, he was so funny. We had EJ on here. He was great. And when she was talking about she was like,
The
I
Duke.
will reject the boy.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
fine,
like,
okay.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, same. Some really great people we've been able to have on here. But yeah, that's the most chaotic interview we've ever done.
So good.
We had 2.0.
Yeah.
We
Jules
have
and
to
I
get
still text about that like all the time because it's
we
just
still
so good.
we still message him about it too. Like we
Yeah,
still
because it
talk
was
to
just so
James
fun.
about it,
Yeah.
and we're meaning to do a 2.0. We got
Yeah.
to do a rehash.
Yes, we do. Same time.
Yeah, same time. Super o'clock in the morning. Okay,
Yeah.
Lily.
Oh, that was mine. So
Was
it's your
it?
turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh God. Oh, okay. Oh, this is funny. So again, this year. Again, I don't remember when this year. During Shut Up and Raise, after they do um after she's like, "Oh, I'll see you shortly. I'm living for it, blah 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 blah."
Hmm.
And after that they do a little dance. They're like, shut up. And they all jump at the same time and lift their arms up.
Yeah.
You go, shut up and
Jumping
dance.
down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I,
Oh boy.
I look in the corner of my eye, orchestra left, and
Hmm.
then there's one of the ensemble members there.
Yeah.
Not naming any names. Kind of want to embarrass them. But they do the shut up and they do the twit, like they jump and twist in the air.
Like
And they
the bowling,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Wii
kind of thing.
bowling when you throw
Yeah.
back and they're like, wee.
Yeah, kinda. And they do the shut up. And if you didn't know, during that scene, when the guys are wearing those outfits, the tailored outfits, like the patrons, they have pit pads.
Mhm. Oh no.
I look in the corner of my eye and I see this black thing go flying. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it was a pit pad.
Oh
It
no.
went flying into the
To the
flying
audience?
into the audience.
Oh my
We were
God.
so I was like, what the hell was that? Yeah, it was a pit pad.
Into the audience. Oh my God.
That's what it was hilarious though. It was so funny. Oh, we talked to the actor afterwards and he found it funny too. And we were just joking about it. And I was like, I was so confused. 'Cause I just see this thing fly
My
past my eye.
God.
That and when the same night that Jewel thing came off on the collar
Yeah.
during Your Song Reprise,
Hmm.
the confetti comes down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
what happened? A piece of foam, like a thing like this, like a square rectangle piece of foam, just goes. Stomp. I'm like, oh my God, the
Oh
stage
my.
is falling apart. I was like, it is falling apart. Get me out of Can Can because it's gonna fall on. I'm like, a light's gonna fall on me next. I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah. It's yeah. There's a lot going on after the 5th year anniversary, which I did not attend. I attended the show the day after the sign popped. Apparently the sign popped the Saturday.
It did. The
Yeah.
matinee,
Yeah.
it popped, and it was like a 45-minute show stop.
Yeah, because I had to make sure everything like wasn't leaking, it's neon sign. But I was like, oh my God, the theater's falling apart after 5 years. It's
Oh, the
so
whole
old.
5-year anniversary show was just a blunder.
Did you want to talk about that?
It was a fever dream. It was a fever dream for me. I've never witnessed a show like that ever on Broadway. In my whole time of seeing theater, my entire life of seeing West End, I've never seen a show like that, and it was one of my favorite moments of my life. It was just the way it was just so
Because it
chaotic.
was so, yeah. Like, of
And it
course,
was
this
like
happens on the 5th year
the 5 year, like, and
Yeah.
it was so funny to me because like we got to the theater early because we went to Broadway and Bryant Park. So we got
Hmm.
there kind of early-ish, like, to
Yeah.
line up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just started then. And it was like, we were like, what's going on? Everyone's curious. And everybody is there that night. Like, it's a lot of fans. So it's like
Hmm.
a lot of people you know. And everyone's in the same boat as you. They're like, they know what's supposed to be happening. And it's not happening. So everyone's like, wait, what's going on? Like, this doesn't normally happen. Um, and just everything that could go wrong kind of just went wrong. And it was just funny. But they made it like work. They made the announcement. They're like, "Look, the set piece is broken. This is a
Hmm.
once in a lifetime show," and it
Yeah.
was great because I remember that bit when the Satine's dressing room came up, and it was everyone just started laughing because it just looked weird. It was all the way at the back of the, and again, my stupid ass for far upstage meant like
Mhm.
right like here, like in front of my face. Didn't realize it meant all the way at the back. Not very good with theater terminology, bruh.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so funny. And then when he comes out, Nature Boy,
Yeah.
obviously Christian slides out. Well,
Hmm.
it was delayed. So it was a set, and then he just he didn't make the noise, but like you could insert like in your brain, you could
You can,
insert the
yeah.
noise of him just coming out. And it was just again, everyone was laughing. There was someone in Can Can. I don't know if he'd ever seen the show, or maybe he'd only seen it once or twice. And he was like, "Why is everybody laughing?" And I'm like, "I
Like
want to
you
be
don't
like,
understand,
because this is
but
not supposed to happen. That's why this is like." And it was just funny because it was Aaron Tveit Christian, and he's just got this serious look on his face, and it's just like,
it just makes it
and
funny.
everyone's just like, it's hilarious. The 5 year anniversary was its own so good, chaotic, but like one of
I
the I've
want
not
that
like
version of Moulin Rouge.
that's what I want every night.
Exactly.
Never seen anything like it.
Chaos with the
Chaos.
fall, with the fall, the swing.
Oh, the full.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need the full.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me
Just
all the
give
fulls.
me my entertainment.
Yeah. I mean the
Make it
show's entertaining anyway, but like when you get like moment mishaps, it
make
just
it an
makes it even
SNL
better.
sketch,
Yeah, basically.
like the Ariana Grande one. Just happy birthday, so good. Okay, I'm trying to look at my list right now. Um, ooh, um, well, one of my favorite things I like to do when Liz, Jules, and Julia are in the audience is I like to go find them and like do the zoom in.
Take the videos of
Yeah,
me.
take videos of Liz, Jules, and Julia in their natural habitat. That's
I know. There's so many videos.
I'm
And
just
it's
like,
like
it's just them in
it's
their
always
natural
catching me off guard as well. I'm
habitat.
always like yapping away to somebody or like there's one of them I'm digging through my bag for
Yeah.
something. It's just me
In their natural habitat, the
in my
Hours
natural
Club Theater.
habitat.
We're all here. The gang's all
Mate,
here.
so funny. I'm
That's
just
always a
there.
fun time. It's always
Oh,
fun like having friends in the audience because then you get to like
yeah.
because like well sometimes when I bring a friend usually when I bring a friend from home, they have never seen the show and they've never seen the movie. They don't know the story. So I'm just kind of like I stay mute. I just don't say anything. And I let the show like surprise them. And I did that to one of my friends last July 2023. And she looked at me, she's like, spoiler alert, she was like, I didn't know Satine would die.
I know
And
that's a real shit of that one. That sucks.
yeah. I was like, yeah, it's a sad story at
Yeah.
the end. She's like crying and it was funny.
I always see the show with the same people, and we've all seen it multiple times. So
Hmm.
it's just more like when things go, like things happen that aren't
Things
supposed to
go wrong.
happen. Oh, it's great.
It's
I don't
amazing.
think I've ever really been with anyone. I mean, the only person I've been with, like, who's not seen it is my parents,
Hmm.
like my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
I think that's it, though. Like, apart from that, I've been with people
Yeah,
every
I
time
have a
I've gone.
habit of introducing my friends to Moulin Rouge. It's kind of a nice habit though,
I'm
because
so
then I
scared
get
of
to
what
see it
people are gonna
again,
think.
you know, and then like I get to
Twist my arm, I'll
experience.
go again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And then I get
same
to
though.
experience them seeing it for the first time. And then
Exactly.
my friend who saw it in July with me, we're at the airport and like she has her earbuds in and she's like, put on the red light. And I was like, oh my God.
Amazing.
She's like, I'm obsessed.
Classic. So I'm taking my mother
Hmm.
to
Oh
New York in
yeah.
January. She really wants to see Gypsy. And I told her on one condition, like, we'll see Gypsy, but I want to see this and this.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want to see Moulin Rouge again. I said, well, twist my arm. I
Yep.
guess I'll take you.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice. You know what I'm saying?
Like, let's
Um,
go.
so she's very excited. She's seen it twice. She's seen it on Broadway and the West End.
Hmm.
She loves it. She loves it so much. She loves the show.
Well,
She's like, I want to see it again. And
oh.
she doesn't like know the actors. So I was talking to her about like this, when I recently went. like back in July, I was like, oh yeah, we got to see Aaron Tveit and
Hmm.
JoJo, and my mom was like, we saw Aaron Tveit, didn't we? I was like, no, mama, we did not. She saw Aaron Finley. I'm like,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Aaron, but
I
not
saw an
Tveit,
Aaron, but not to,
Finley.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, she's like, I never remember the names of the actor. I'm like, it's okay,
I'm
mama,
like, it's
it's okay.
okay. Aaron is
It's
understanding Aaron, so
yeah, Aaron understanding studying Aaron. That was I know it's a lot to take in, but no, she's so funny. She's like, "Who's this one we saw, and who's this guy?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"This was this person." She's like, "Who was this person who played Casino?" Oh, this was this person.
Yeah,
She
my
doesn't
parents are
know
the
like
same.
doesn't know the actors. She loves it. She's like, "This actor was very good." I'm like, "Oh, it was this person." I'm like, "Oh, very talented." I'm like, "Yes." It's like when I took her to Sweeney. I was like, "Oh, I'm really excited. It's Jordan Fisher's final weekend."
Oh.
Who? Don't worry, Mum. You'll see in a bit. Bless her heart. She is the sweetest thing in the world, but she
Oh.
doesn't remember any of these people's names.
Yeah, same.
But she knows that I love it,
Yeah.
and she'll just go like stage door. I'm like, do you want a stage door? And she's like, yes. Doesn't know any of these people, but she'll just stand there with me, just like protect me a little bit
Oh.
and watch me while I do my thing, and
Oh.
just she's like, oh, you go ahead. She's like, get your
Cute.
playbill sign. I'm like, all right, thanks,
Cute.
Mom. Bye. She's
Bye.
so sweet.
Oh, it's so
Sweetheart.
cute. Yeah,
She's
my
been
parents are
dying
the
to go
same.
back.
My parents are
Yes,
definitely the same.
she loves New York so much.
Oh.
She's like, when are you gonna take me? When are you gonna take me? And I'm like, and now Gypsy's coming. It's like an excuse
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of have to take her. She's like, I want
Yes.
to see it. I'm like, okay. But like before, she just all the time, when can I come with you to New York? Oh, yes, Mom, we'll find a time.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, my parents are the same. Well, my mom doesn't really like the stage door, although she was she loved Andrew Brewer Duke, so much. We all know that story.
Oh yeah.
It's the Duke. Didn't know it was my mom who yelled that until later. I was like, oh my God. But she had told me before that, like, she's like, I like the Duke. I was like, good job, Mom. You're on Team Duke. Love that. But I also love I was John Cardozo Christian. I was like, I also really love John. And I'm very excited for the end of the month because I'm going to see John Cardozo Christian and I will be in Can and I'm gonna lose it, but it's fine.
Gonna pass
Um,
away.
but the first time I saw it with my parents and my dad. It was original cast. So it was Tam Duke, Aaron Tveit, Christian, and
What
my
a
dad
great.
at the intermission, my dad was like asking me all these questions. He thought that Tam was Christian and
Oh
that
my
Aaron was a dick. I was like, no, it's the other way around. He's just like, are you sure? Because like Tam is like, he's pretty, like
yeah,
good looking. I was like, no, like that's the Duke. I know he's not supposed to be good looking because, I'd seen the movie previously, but the musical made him charming. I
very
was
charming.
like, yeah,
They
that's
made
the Duke.
the Duke very charming in the
Mhm.
musical. Because the
Yeah,
Duke in the movie, he's not charming at all. He's
no.
very awkward.
Yeah,
But in
and
the
the
in the
mustache doesn't
show,
do the Duke stash doesn't do anything for me. But for the
they were
movie,
like, we're gonna make the Duke charming. That's what
yeah,
makes the decision even worse. Because in the movie, you're like, yeah, screw the Duke. But in the theater show, they made him so charming. You're
yeah.
like, wait a second,
Wait, I kind of like the Duke.
I like that Duke a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, so funny.
Like, okay, you want to give me a chateau?
Fine, I'll take it. I mean,
I'll take
yellow's
it.
not my color, but you know what? We can
Well,
make do.
yeah, we can. It's
We can
fine.
paint it.
And we can. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you can fund some painting, a painting
All right.
project for me. But the
Uh,
wardrobe itself too. Like, you want to give me a wardrobe too?
I'm so excited to see Tor next month.
You're gonna
I'm
love it.
very
It's gonna be
excited to
so much
finally
fun.
see the Tor family.
Yes.
It's taken me a while, but I'm very excited to see them.
Mhm.
And you're seeing Nikki Arabia end of this month.
Mhm.
That's exciting for you. We
I'm
love
super
Nikki.
excited. Another moment that I love is walking into the hotel room in February and just finding all the confetti everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. There is confetti everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I was sitting in like the second row of Little Shop of Horrors. So I had gotten confetti from the big plants that shoots out confetti. So yeah.
There
There's
was so
just
much.
a lot of confetti
It gets everywhere. Even like
everywhere.
I find it everywhere. It
Yeah.
gets everywhere. Another one of my favorites about February
What a
was
night.
what a night, but also filming that TikTok.
Yes.
Oh my God. So we all had these shirts made of the ensemble. Cameron Burke has like this alter ego called Scramps, and it's like a Halloween character. And we had these shirts
Bring
made of
Scramps
him. Like,
back.
bring, he
Bring
said he might be
Scramps
making a
back.
return. I talked to
Yes,
him in September. He
please.
said he's making a
It's
return.
literally it's October, it's spooky
Yeah.
season. Bring it back. Bring
So we
Scramps back.
made these shirts like as a joke, and like we wore them to the show.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, we're gonna bring our shirts. Um, maybe we might see him this weekend. I
Yeah.
didn't bring it Friday night, and he was on Friday night, and I was like, oh my God, no, like I'm missing him.
Yeah.
But we told him about the shirt.
Hmm.
And the next day we wore our shirts, and he was walking in our direction, and he saw us in the shirts, and he stopped us.
Yeah.
And then I said to him, I was like, yeah, like, have you seen that like meme of like the you look like clowns kind of thing, like
Yeah, the one
TikTok?
that Clay did
Yeah, and
too.
he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, I would love to like one day make a TikTok of us with the shirts. And he was like, let's do it right now. So Lily's down, like, Lily, could we just like finish eating? No, we hadn't even eaten
We
brunch
don't
yet. We
even
were
eat. Yeah,
going to
yeah.
brunch. That's how we saw it.
With the four
And
mimosas.
Lily filmed it.
Yeah.
And it was great. And it's still a masterpiece to this day. It's still
It's
one of my
so good.
favorite
It's
videos ever.
so iconic. So good. Broke the internet.
Broke the internet.
So good.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. That whole trip was a meme. Us
Told me.
cuddle buddies.
Huddle buddies. That was
That
very
was a very
cold.
special
Made us.
moment. It was so cold outside. It was so
Yeah.
cold.
It was
I was
very, very
like
cold.
in my big winter coat.
It was very cold. It was fun though. Very fun time.
I
Because
loved
you saw
it.
Little Shop. What did we
I
see?
did see Little
I
Shop.
think we
You guys
just
saw
we
Rouge.
just we just saw Rouge the
Yeah, I saw
whole
Rouge
weekend.
the
It
whole
was
weekend.
Rouge,
Yeah.
Rouge, Rouge.
Yeah.
Because
I saw
I really like to have the essence of variety is the spice of life. So really
yeah,
got my variety in.
exactly, you know.
I don't know now. I feel like I can't do those weekends anymore because ever since like being introduced to the Outsiders and Sunset Boulevard, I'm like I have to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't do my 4 show weekends just of Rouge. I
The
have to
Rouge. There's
mix it
other
up a little bit.
shows that we adore now, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's all right. We love The Outsiders anyway.
Yes. We
I
love it
mean,
all.
masterpiece. So good.
Masterpiece.
So good. I'm so excited to see it again.
So good. If you haven't seen it, go
Go
see it.
see it. Yeah.
Go
Tickets
see
are not
it.
expensive, but please go see it if you can.
If you can.
Yeah.
Don't break the bank. Like it
Yeah,
is a
please
little
don't.
expensive. If you can get good tickets or lottery, go see it. It's
Yeah. Also,
amazing.
I think it's touring, so if it's coming to a city near you on the tour,
Go see it.
go see it.
Go.
So good.
So good.
I wonder how they're gonna make the rain on the stage in
I
tour.
have no idea.
That'll be interesting.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I
have
think
you
that's
got
pretty
anything else to
much.
add?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it for
We got
me.
a bit sidetracked, but
Yeah.
that is story of our lives.
Yeah. Just very funny moments at Rouge. Rouge
Very
Rouge.
funny. Anyway, it's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real fun. ASMR.
Yes. And we will be back soon.
Woo!
Ooh.
Bye,
Goodbye, everybody.
guys.